here to do an after range report on my M&P 40. This is the second time I took it out to the range. The first time I was just getting familiar with the weapon. I put about 250 rounds through this weapon so far. It performs flawlessly. Smith & Wesson has made a great product with this. There was no FTFs, which is failure to feed. There was no stovepiping. There was no ejection problems. The magazines functioned properly. They ejected properly. The only thing I did notice through the whole entire process was one of the magazines, I'm not sure which one of the two it is, when full, had a little bit of a rattle inside of it. I don't know if there's a little piece of brass broke off down in there or what it is. It's no problem as far as function anyway. Let me check this weapon, make sure it's clear, and yes, we're good to go. I fell in love with this thing. The trigger is phenomenal. I mean, it is just smooth as can be. It is very similar to the Glock in the fact that it doesn't have an external safety anywhere on the slide or anything. This thing is smooth as a baby's butt. I mean, it's really good to go. The one thing I didn't love about it also is it was about 10 to 15% less recoil than some of the Glocks that I've actually shot in .40 caliber. I do want to test out the Beretta PX4 Storm in the .40 cal, which my friend is currently purchasing, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with this because I'm really interested in seeing what the difference of the rotating barrel is as opposed to this barrel on this gun. I did do a couple of targets. One of them blew off in the wind. I was doing an outside range again, but I do have one of them with me. This was all at 15 yards. It was not at 10 yards. It was not at 7 yards. I tested it all at 15 yards. Again, this is only 250 rounds through there. Some user error. It is not the gun. I've got a couple of fly-offs, which are just a little bit off. But the grouping is excellent on this thing. Most everything I did was either a double or triple tap. I was using the cheap Winchester 40 Smith & Wesson 165 grain bullets. There's the target range. This is actually one of the rounds right here. These things function flawlessly also. I'm pretty sure though I could go a little bit more accurate of a bullet, such as a Corbin or something. But again, when I'm just clinking or just testing out a weapon, I'm going to go for a little bit cheaper. I only fire brass through my weapons, though I never fire steel unless it's a Soviet issue SKS or AK-47, something like that. Then I'll use the steel because they're pretty much built for that. Okay, so let me grab this target real quick. Let me show you guys what I did, how it was, explain a couple things to you, and we'll get started with that. Alright guys, here's the target that we shot at 15 yards with the M&P 40. This is the Dirty Bird targets. They have a little bit of a splat pattern, make it a little bit easier to see. Now again, this is at 15 yards. This is a 2-clip dump. Okay. Now, almost all of the groups, as you see, the twos, threes, and then a lot through the center right here, all of that was done pretty rapidly. All 30 rounds are accounted for, most of them through the center right there. The grouping is phenomenal on this thing. I'm sure it's only going to get better with me and a little bit more practice. Like I said, there were a couple of fly-offs, a little bit down here, down the 6, but everything else was in the center. I could have done better. Again, it's not the weapon. It is me, myself, and I. Okay? Upgrades in the future for this thing, I'm either going to go with a tactical rail light or a laser. I would like to put the guide rod laser in, but I'm not for sure if they have this available. I haven't checked on the Smith & Wesson website yet, and the only other option that I really want to sort out is the trench gun night sights, because I think this will be a phenomenal gun for a carry piece. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to put them down below for me. I'll get to those as soon as I can. Anything else, just let me know.